Hi everyone, how are you? So today's 5-minute tip is about going through tough times. I'm not sure how to label it. So something that is really, really hard, I think not only for myself and the kids, but a lot of people, is that when we're going through something really tough, we can't see the end of the tunnel. And right now, as an educator, it is a very tough world. As a special educator, it's very tough because we're trying to problem solve for just general education kids and how they're going to be in school. And then, on the flip side, we're trying to plan for kids that have related services, so IEPs and 504s, and kids that get speech, and kids that get special ed, and kids that get OT. And so it's a really tough time. And that's not to say or discredit parents that are out there that are working from home or having to go to work. It's not at all. It's just my own perspective because I'm in the education field. So we have a hard time, the boys are having a hard time with, things that are being canceled and things that aren't working, and not being able to see friends sometimes. And Bradley had his heart set on soccer. Listen, I have my heart set on being back in the classroom with my kids, even 2 days. That's not happening. We're all online. And that's really hard to plan for. So there's a lot of things that are coming up with this pandemic. Most I expected it, that are all about the changes that are happening in our lives right now. And honestly, sometimes a lot of it isn't good. That doesn't mean there's not good in it, but a lot of it isn't good. It's upsetting at first. It's hard to deal with. People are losing family members. People are getting sick. People aren't able to work. People are losing money. So there's a lot of negatives when you think about it. But the thing I wanted to share today for our 5-minute tip is for ourselves, and then also for our children, is about reminding them that everything you go through in life is part of who you are. And I say that because I lost my dad when I was 22, and I was in college. I was in my graduate year of college. My brother wasn't done college yet, and it took me a little while to understand that. Am I happy about it? Am I okay with it? I'm okay with it. I've grieved, but what I try to tell the boys is when they say like, "Oh, I never got to meet Grandpa Scott," I tell them that all of those awful things that we went through and those tough times that we go through made us who we are. So what's really important about that is that all those good things and all those wonderful things that happen in life are part of you. Just like all of those bad things and those tough times and those struggles that we go through make you who you are. So we can't really eliminate struggle. Honestly, it's good to go through struggle. It's like when they tell you if you never fail, then you never tried. It's one of those types of things. But when you're going through something that's really tough, remind yourself and remind your kids that these tough times make us who we are. And along that, these are things we can't control. I can't control that we don't have a schedule for the year, that we don't know if we're going to be in school or we're going to be online or for how long. And we can't control those things. And those are very anxiety filling for us as adults, schedule wise, with our own children. But then for children, they're really not sure what's going to happen. They're going to go into school and then they're going to be out for 2 weeks. They really don't know. So a lot of those things are anxiety filling. And I think it's important to have those discussions about the struggle, about what's hard. As parents, I think we often want to fix it. We don't want our kids to feel any pain, or we don't want our students to be upset. And I definitely don't want that to happen. But it's also important to educate them about what they're going through. So when they're having a hard time, like, we want to take the pain away, but sometimes we can't. And sometimes it's better for us just to talk with them about going through something. What are they going through? Talk it out. Talk about what it could look like on the other side. I think it's really important to make our kids aware of tough times, and really they're not going to get it. My 8-year-old understands it because I talk about it all the time. They might not totally get it, but when they look back a couple years later, and this is something that you continue to teach in your home and in your classroom, when you talk to them about, hey, these tough times make you who you are. Maybe you learned a new skill. Maybe you practiced something. Owen decided he loved drawing. There's a lot of different things that come out of it. I've realized how important it is to share this information, whether one person sees it or 100 people see it. I know it's important because that 1 or 2 people that message me and comment and say, hey, how about this activity? Do you have an activity for this? It makes a difference in one person. So that was a moment for me when I was really looking at things that I had knowledge about and I wasn't sharing it. So for me, this pandemic has taught me that, yeah, you have that information and people can hear it and people are interested. So the thought for today, your 5 minute tip, is to really sometimes just sit down and think about what's going on. Really take that moment, whether it's good or bad, and realize that it's going to be a part of you, and you have to use it the best way you can. Maybe use it as motivation. Maybe use it as a way to make some changes, or maybe just as a way to reflect on your life and know that you're going to be okay on the other side of it. So I hope everybody's doing well and getting prepared for back to school. Have a great day.